Hi everyone, and welcome to the Render Media vlog, where we talk everything business and marketing. With me today, I have Pat Rauso, the CEO of Arcadia Music Group. Pat, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Mike.
So Pat, let's start from the beginning with Arcadia Music Group.
Sure.
How did that begin, A, and B, what does that comprise of?
Absolutely. Well, Arcadia Music Group, as everybody knows, we've been around for 36 years. My father started in 1984. Back then, Arcadia Music Group didn't exist. 2001, 2002, my brother and I decided to expand the brand and go into franchising, right? And that's when Arcadia Music Group was born.
So, very interesting, very interesting.
Perfect.
And tell me, what makes up Arcadia Music Group?
We call it the mother company. I'm sure there's better words for it, right? That it owns Arcadia Academy of Music, operates also Arcadia Live and Arcadia Media.
Interesting. Now let's talk primarily about Arcadia Live. I believe that's a new launch, a new brand?
It's new in a sense that it's new with the name, or otherwise, Mauricio and I, my brother, when we launched, when we operated Arcadia Academy of Music, we've always believed in giving back into the community, whether it was doing charitable work or helping different foundations, different charities. And we thought there would be a good place to bring out a new brand, Arcadia Live, that we could use a lot of our instructors, a lot of our students to perform in bands that evolved into now almost into a production company.
Interesting. Yeah. So tell us, what makes up Arcadia Live? What do you do? What are your services?
Well, right now we're still at the birth stage in the sense that Arcadia Live is really more of a company that we started to do live music more into red carpet events or corporate events, but I think it's taking a whole new identity now that it's going into actual productions, whether it's music festivals or whether it's special events, from sound to performers to an actual full music production.
Now, who are the types of clients that would benefit from Arcadia Live?
Well, past clients, I can say their names, I guess. One of them was Miller Thompson, but more of the corporate type of companies. Right now that we introduced the actual the live company, but it's opening up bigger and bigger to different events right now, different festivals that we're going to be doing within the communities.
So now let's talk about the Arcadia brand. What does Arcadia stand for?
Sure, Mike. For us, the Arcadia name, the Arcadia brand, number one, the first thing that stands out for us is family, right? Also integrity, community, innovation, inspiring. For us, Arcadia means everything to us, right? It's what our family and where our roots came from.
Interesting. And now you mentioned one of the things that Arcadia stands for is family. Let's talk about that. It's a family-run business. How did you get started in the family business?
Well, I started in '84. Right before that, my dad opened up his first location in '84. He came up to me. I just graduated from high school, and I was, believe it or not, I was going to become a police officer, right? So, but my father came up to me and he said to me, you know what, I'm opening up this new location. What do you want to do? You're young, I said, sure, let's jump on it. You see your first $50 coming out of high school, you thought it was everything, right? And that's how I started with Arcadia and never left.
Interesting. And now let's talk about the succession you have with your children as well. So now you're kind of the father bringing in your kids. Tell us about that progression and what is that like?
Number one, my father passed away 6 years ago. So for me, I think for sure our dad would be proud of what we have achieved and what we're achieving, and bringing our kids into this is something that I know he always wanted, right? And it's great to see, for them, hopefully they'll continue our legacy and make the company grow and the brand grow to the best that we could have, right?
And now there can be challenges on their own working with family, as everyone knows. Let's pretend that your kids aren't watching this. Tell us, what are some of your challenges, bringing in the next generation, and how are you overcoming them?
Well, the first, I have to just go by experience, just with my particular son. My son, right out of high school, he came right into Arcadia. He worked as a co-op student right to Arcadia. So we knew right away he had the love for it, right? And his dream has always been part of building Arcadia and building his grandfather's legacy, right? And and this is what we plant our roots, making him believe, and he does believe, right, to go to the next level. And that makes us proud, knowing that he wants to continue doing this.
That's amazing. And I know there are a lot of businessmen out there that are trying to plan their succession. It's a very challenging thing. Now, if you were to give words of advice to those other entrepreneurs who are planning succession, what could they be?
I believe, as we always say it, is that, everybody should always have an exit strategy, right? And always run your business like you're gonna sell it. And that being said, we're not selling Arcadia or anything like that, but that being said is you're always on your toes, right? And you're always doing your best for your customers and your clients. And by doing that, it also makes your kids understand that, there's never a time to just sit back and, make your competitors to see what you're doing. You always gotta be always steps ahead. We always have to innovate.
Absolutely. And if you want to see your kids take one thing from your lessons and bring it to their own careers and taking the next level with the business, what would that be?
You know what? We've been lucky. We've been lucky living in this great community in the city of Vaughan, in the sense that it allowed us to spread our wings and do different things, right? I think not only to my kids with my business, but to give every millennial an opportunity is to spread your wings, right? Go out there, see what you enjoy doing, grab experience, even if it's a family business, even if you leave, it's okay leaving, right? But if you come back, bring something back.
And you said important. Enjoy what you do, love what you do.
100%, enjoy what you do. Don't make it a job, right? If everybody lives within their means, we're okay. Right?
I couldn't agree more. Right. Pat, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate you taking the time and sharing such a personal story. It really means a lot to me, and our viewers really appreciate it as well. I'm sure they can take a lot of lessons from your entrepreneurial journey. So thanks again for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Everyone, Pat Rauso, the CEO of Arcadia Music Group. Tune in next time.